Hi. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dom. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I typically make bookish content, movie content, and anything else in between because I like to do whatever I want on this channel, and today is going to be Disney content. I am coming at you after a very, very long shift at work. It was pushing 14 hours. I am in my new Attack on Titan shirt because it's very, very cozy, it's very comfortable, and I am coming at you with what my hair typically looks like after a very long shift, so that together we get to talk about my Disney World haul. If you see my last video, y'all know that I recently went to Disney World kind of during the 4th of July week because I had a week off work. I went down to go visit some friends, and every time I go to Disney, I'm always like, hey, I'm not gonna buy shit, and then I end up coming home with a lot of shit. I spent more money than I care to admit at Disney World, but whatever. I was on vacation. I was on a much needed vacation. It was my first time having one in the year of 2022, so I kind of went hard, and you know, I don't actually regret any of my purchases, so I decided to make this a casual video because I'm basically coming at you in pajamas just to talk about some of the things I bought because I am a huge consumer of, you know, Disney World screwed me over after when I worked there during COVID, and then they got rid of a bunch of us. They screwed me over, and yet I keep choosing to give in to their capitalism. I keep choosing to be a consumer. But, you know, here we are, probably hundreds of dollars later. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to the price tag. So I'm kind of going to show you guys things one by one. I'm not going to show you them in the order I bought them because, quite frankly, I don't remember and don't care enough. I just have a huge bag of stuff, and I'm just going to take shit out of the bag. So the first thing I bought was actually a new key ring because I've had this old Jack Skellington one since high school, and I decided I really needed a new one. I took my keys off for obvious reasons because I don't want to dox myself, but I bought this Oswald the Lucky Rabbit key ring. It's actually more so of a pin lanyard, I guess. And I keep calling it a key ring when I should be calling it a lanyard. These type of lanyards are huge with pin traders because that's what they put their pins on. And speaking of pins, I've always told myself I'm never going to get into pin collecting because it is a very expensive hobby. But, you know, after saying that for years, I did buy 4 pins while I was there. But the first one I bought, I did buy an Oswald the Lucky Rabbit pin. I don't know why I'm so drawn to him. I haven't actually seen a lot of his cartoons growing up, so I'm a fake fan. The very few cartoons I saw growing up, I really do like, so gotta pay homage to the guy with this lanyard and his pin. I also bought a Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse pin. Steamboat Willie is the first cartoon to ever have synchronized sound. Not only is he like Disney's mascot essentially, but he actually was, the story of Steamboat Willie was actually huge in the world of animation. Then I bought a pin of Zero from The Nightmare Before Christmas because that's my favorite movie, and of course I love dogs, so I have to get one about Zero. And then I bought a Frankenweenie pin because, like, I always forget Frankenweenie is a Disney movie and no one ever talks about him. And again, I love dogs, so I just had to get a pin of him. So the 2 parks I went to were Hollywood Studios and Epcot. Hollywood Studios I went to because I never saw Galaxy's Edge before. I never really got to visit it during my Disney college program. So I spent a lot of time in Galaxy's Edge, which is essentially Star Wars land, but a lot of Star Wars merch. One of them being this lightsaber keychain, and it's Luke Skywalker's keychain, and it glows. 1, 2, 3. May the Force be with you. And now let's essentially go through my bag of stuff. The first being, I bought a lot of art pieces while I was there. So in Epcot, if you go to the Japan Pavilion, they do have a store there where there is a lot of anime merch. They more so focus on what's really popular at the time and just kind of like the classics. Of course, I had to get some Demon Slayer merch. They used to have plushies. They used to have Attack on Titan plushies, and now they didn't when I was there. But I did find this poster of Giyu and Shinobu. And these, not only are these 2 my favorite characters in all of Demon Slayer, but they're also my ship, like one of my favorite non-canon ships. So when I saw that they were on a poster together, of course I had to get it. They're such a fun ship too, and I just know the author didn't make them canon because she knew they'd be too powerful. I also bought some postcards while I was in Disney. These I bought at a store in Disney Springs. There's a lot of Disney focused stores. I don't remember the name of this one, but there is like an art gallery section, the Wonderground Gallery. So both of them are Mulan themed. I bought this one where she is riding her horse, and then I bought this one where she is cutting her hair. This one's my favorite. I don't know like what drew me to this art style specifically, but I absolutely adore this. And then also in the Japan Pavilion in that same store, I bought the Demon Slayer poster. I bought some Princess Mononoke postcards for myself that I will be hanging on the wall because Princess Mononoke is my favorite Studio Ghibli movies. It was my favorite movie last year. It is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Here's this postcard, and then there's this postcard. postcard. Alright, so we're gonna keep digging. Here, oh, I forgot I bought this. Just have a bunch of candy I forgot I got. Japan Pavilion, the same store with all the anime stuff. They sell a lot of Japanese candy. So I bought them. This was an impulse buy because I didn't see this until I was already in line. I kind of just went boop and grabbed it. I am absolutely obsessed with the character Dumbo. I love elephants, which is what Dumbo is. Like, I have a lot of Dumbo plushies. I have like a lot of Dumbo merch. So when I saw this Timothy Mouse plushie, like Wishable, I think they're called Wishables, I just had to get him. And then in Epcot, and they're like big store, so each park has like a big store when you first enter. I forgot the name of Epcot's, but you can't really miss it. I think it's called like Connection or something. But that's where I bought this Dumbo shirt, and it's really, really cute. I don't have like a viewfinder, so I don't exactly know what you guys are seeing when I hold things up, so hopefully you guys are getting the whole picture. Is it a little juvenile? Yeah. Do I care? Not really. It's such a thin material too, and I've been looking for thinner materials because not only is Chicago getting super fucking hot right now, but it's humid and disgusting. And to keep on with the Dumbo theme, I didn't realize how much Dumbo stuff I bought. There are 2 days where I went resort hopping. That is loud. Oh my god. On my second day of resort hopping, I went to the Art of Animation where I found this really cute Dumbo mug. You do see the circus characters, you do see Dumbo flying, and obviously you see that. This design is celebrating the 80th anniversary of the film because I didn't realize the film was that old. And I just saw it, had to pick it up, even though I already have too many Dumbo mugs. And lastly, I did buy this little Dumbo plushie thing. His fingers are magnets and stick together. He's supposed to go on like pencils and stuff, but he is really soft and like a cute little plushie, so I'm gonna add him onto my little collection. Little as in 1, 2, 3, 4, so he is my 5th Dumbo plushie. Because that's how much I love this character, supposedly. I also got this Coca-Cola glass that I got in Disney Springs. Like, I didn't go out of my way to buy it, but in Disney Springs, there is this massive Coca-Cola store. And at the top floor is like their little cafe, so to speak, and I got like a Coca-Cola float with some orange ice cream in it, orange flavored ice cream. And it was like $13 fucking, but I was like, okay, I'm on vacation, go big or go home. I found out it was $13 because you actually do get to keep the cup, but I can easily buy this cup at like, you know, Target in Chicago. So I don't really know why I brought this home with me. Okay, another cup for the collection, I guess. So actually a really fun one for me is this Coca-Cola bottle that I bought in Galaxy's Edge. So the theme of Galaxy's Edge is that you are on a totally different planet. Like, if you talk to those cast members, or if you see their name tags, they look totally different than the regular Disney name tag. They have certain scripts for everything. Like, if you ask them how many moons are in the sky, they do have to tell you there are 2 moons because you're on the planet of Batu. This wasn't $6, it was 6 credits. So stuff like that. I know $6 is a lot, whatever. Disney's thing though was, because they sell Coke products, so the whole thing while they were creating Galaxy's Edge was, you know, how are they gonna put pop into it, or soda, whatever you guys call it. So the Coca-Cola company actually worked to design these bottles like to look like, you know, grenades basically. And surprisingly, TSA does not consider these bombs anymore, because I mean, with this whole thing, I would kind of fall for it too. I know at one point you could not take them home. They're letting you take these home as long as you put it in the bag that you are checking in. But isn't it exciting? Like, I don't know what it is about, like, I mean, it's gonna taste, it tastes like regular Coke. They didn't change the recipe or anything to make it more Star Wars-y, Jesus Christ, I'm struggling. Like, it is just regular Coke, but it's the fact that it looks in, like, it's in this cool bottle that makes me so excited, which is, you know, I won't spend the $3 a can of Coke costs when, you know, I'm on Delta Airlines or United Airlines, but I will spend $6 on this. But at least now I have a cute little souvenir and I can put it on my shelves. The last thing in my bag here is actually a puzzle. It's this Mickey Mouse puzzle, so it's Mickey Mouse throughout the years and how he kind of evolved over time. Like even the fucking creepy Mickey Mouse right in this corner. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle. I'm always here for a good puzzle. The more pieces, the better. I love a challenge. I haven't actually done a puzzle. As much as I love puzzles, I haven't actually done one in a while just because my thing is, once I put it together, like, what am I going to do with it? Like, I can always hang it up, but like, how do you do that? It's the whole thing. I always overthink it. However, and actually I almost didn't buy this because I'm like $25 for something I'll probably never do. But my friend that I was shopping with, I think I bought this in Disney Springs. She convinced me to pick this up. There were so many other puzzles I wanted. There was a really nice like Pirates of the Caribbean one. There was a really nice like old-fashioned Mickey Mouse and Pluto one that I wanted. But I did like the evolution of Mickey throughout the years, which is why I went with this one. There was actually a Princess Mononoke puzzle in the Japan Pavilion that I almost bought. It was 1,000 pieces. I was super excited. Disney's out of their fucking minds though, because they wanted $65 for it. Now, I know I spent a lot of money while I was there, but $65 for one puzzle? I ended up not buying that, and let me tell you, I found it somewhere else for $35. Now, I did buy one more thing while I was down there, and this is like my prized possession, because it was like a whole thing of whether or not I was going to buy this, because it is $100. And I remember like saying as a joke I was going to buy it, like, oh, I'm not totally serious. And then there was actually like a point of time where, like literally the day before I was supposed to leave Chicago and go to Orlando, there was like a mishap where I thought I wasn't going to be able to go on this trip that I had planned for 3 months. And I was at work. I was like having a fucking panic attack, like at my desk, and like, you know, my coworkers are kind of trying to hide me so I'm not crying in front of clients, because I did start crying. Obviously things got sorted out because I went there, and at one point I was crying of relief, and I turned to my coworker and I asked her, should I make a droid? And she told me, after all the shit I just been through in the past 2 hours, I deserve to make a droid. So, having said that, I made a BB-8 while I was in Galaxy's Edge. Yes, your girl spent $100 to make this droid, and I am so happy. So at first I thought it was going to be one of those purchases where I like spent $100 and then like regretted it, because it's like, what am I going to do with a droid? And I'm not going to lie to you, after the initial excitement I did kind of have like that feeling in the pit of my stomach, like, oh my god, did I just waste a lot of money? But now that time's gone on, I got to like admire my droid, I got to show her off. I bring her to work I chose like a gender for her. Like, I bring her to work sometimes and she's always a hit. She has a little spot near my shelves where she hangs out. My dog loves her, always chases her, so whenever it's like playtime with my dog, I always bring out the droid. And I gotta say, for something I spent $100 on, I was shocked by this quality. I was expecting not as good quality. I was expecting more of a toy. You can kind of argue this plastic covering is very toyish material, but like the robot that essentially is, like the robot inside this ball, is very heavy duty. Like, I mean, it's good enough quality for when you spend $100. Like, I'm actually happier than what I thought I was going to be, if that makes sense. The experience itself was really fun. I will just say I was kind of taken aback by how little I myself did. So in the Droid Depot, it's not like the lightsaber where it's very calm and collected. Droid Depot is very, if you saw my vlog, it is very chaotic. And when you go to like the workbench itself, there is a cast member helping you, but they surprisingly do a lot of the building. She would kind of tell me how to do things, and I would be in like the middle of the process when she would kind of like take it from me and then finish it herself. And at first, it wasn't just a me thing. Like, she was doing that to the parties next to me too. It's weird because I did participate in making the droid, but at the same time, she lent a helping hand quite often. She does have a name, and it's really funny because the girl asked for the names and I panicked and said whatever I said, which was something stupid and does sound like a droid name, and the guy next to me was like, Sleepy. Like, he made an R2-D2, blue and all, and said Sleepy. Okay. But also, here is the controller. The controller is very much a toy, but whatever, it works and that's all that matters. She does interact with the park. All droids interact with the park. It was funny because we left Galaxy's Edge for like Toy Story Land so we can go on Toy Story Mania, and she was quiet. Like, I just generally thought it turned off. But then we entered back into Galaxy's Edge. She went crazy. The head started spitting in this box. The box was shaking in my hand, and she also started screaming. So they do interact with the park, which is really fun. Oh, one last thing is like a warning if you buy these droids. Like, these are pretty heavy, and the box, if you don't get the backpack, the box they come in is not really that sturdy. So be careful. Like, I'm actually really glad I went with an evening, not appointment, reservation. My reservation was until like 7 p.m. because it is a hassle carrying these around, and like you don't want these on rides with you. Like, it was kind of scary. Like, I only went on like one more ride after I built her. It was kind of scary, like trying to keep that and my bag between my legs. So after this long-winded video of me talking about how I fell for all of Disney's manipulations and gave in to their capitalistic greed, I just want to say that I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you've ever been to Disney World, what your favorite thing you bought there. There are actually like a lot of cool souvenirs. There's a lot of cool things you can start buying, whether that's pins, the Mickey ears. Some people collect all those popcorn buckets. As angry as I was about the whole Disney College program thing with COVID, it still always is a good time to go visit my friends down there and just have a nice time in the parks and buy droids, buy artwork, buy new plushies, buy clothes, what have you. It's always a magical time, if you will. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, comment, subscribe, y'all know the drill, and without further ado, I'm gonna peace out and I'll see you guys later. Ciao a tutti!